like a Hellcat.
Hello and welcome back to the channel where once again it's time for some more pickups. Now I haven't actually done any pickups at all because I haven't bought any games recently, so this is the first pickup video for quite a while. I had a Sports Direct gift voucher from my birthday. Rather than buying clothes or sports things, I decided to spend it in game because you can actually do that. I didn't realize it, so I actually picked up 3 Nintendo Switch games, believe it or not, because I don't usually buy a whole lot of Switch games. If you look at my Switch collection, there's not a lot of games there. So I thought, you know what, let's pick up a few titles. So game number 1, Ni no Kuni 2. This was $14.99. These games are all new, by the way. They're all brand new. So I thought that should be good. I've got the original on the PS3. I've not played it yet. I know it's supposed to be good. So I was 99% sure this will be a really decent game. I'm sure it's probably cheaper on the PS4 or whatever else is on. But I thought I was in game. I had the voucher. I wasn't really spending my money. So I thought, why not? I'm sure it will be a decent game. Game number 2, the Cloa Twin Pack remaster, remaking, basically, of the original 2 Cloa games. Now, I've played this for a few minutes, and it does seem like it will be a pretty decent game. This was $14.99, I think. I'm pretty sure Cloa 1 and Cloa 2 on the PS1 are pretty expensive games now. If I'm right, I think I'm right in thinking that. I think they're pretty expensive. So this should be pretty decent to play through. I kind of started playing it, and I got stuck, and I couldn't figure out how I could get up to this ledge, but I just need to put a bit more time into it, figure out what's what. But that does seem like a pretty decent game. The other game, though, doesn't seem like a pretty decent game. I bought this game based on its front cover, Demon Throttle. I didn't look at any videos of it at all, and getting it and playing it, it's like an 8-bit style shooter. Now, a lot of people don't realize, looking at me, that I am at heart an 8-bit gamer. The first 5 or 6 years of my gaming life were spent with a Master System. I know a lot of people look at me and think I am not old enough to be of that age. Unfortunately, I am. I just seem to, I don't really age, in all fairness, and I'm quite lucky in that regard. But so this game should be right up my street, but playing it, it's just not the kind of game that should have been given like a full price retail release. Obviously I got it reduced, it was $13.99 new, so it's not that bad. This is the kind of game that should just be like a $2 or $3.99 download only title. It is not worth a full price physical release, in my opinion. Now this is just going off my first playthrough, like 10 minutes or whatever it was, and then I turned it off because I was just not that into it, if I'm perfectly honest. Now maybe I'm over skeptical. Maybe I'm just overly critical, I should say. If anyone out there has played this, let me know. Does it get better as you go along? Looking at the back of the box, it just looks pretty samey all the way through. In fact, if you're watching this video, which one is the best of these 3 games? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Ni no Kuni 2. But again, that is my thoughts. Now that is those. The other thing I just wanted to briefly talk about was the CEX price changes that came into play recently to do with the with manual, without manual listings. Now, initially when they did it, they were all the same price. So I thought, you know, that's okay. Maybe they'll just drop the prices of the ones without manuals by £1 or £2 or something to entice people to pick those ones up, because they're the ones that are stuck in the shops. And CEX need to remember that the people buying these older games are people who are collecting for their collection. They want them complete. So they're not going to be happy to spend £50 on a game with no manual. They might spend 35 on it, or 40 maybe. But unfortunately, CEX have gone the wrong way about this. And I've got like literally a game behind me is a great example. Grand Stream Saga was £28 at CEX until the other day. That's with or without manual. It is now £40 with a manual, and I think £30 without. So they raised the price of both the without manual and the with manual listings, which is pretty stupid because no one's going to spend £30 on this without a manual, just like I don't think many people are going to spend £40 on it with a manual. I mean, I could go through examples. Another one here, really cheap PS1 game I noticed. Air Combat. I think this was £4 on CEX. They now raised the price of this to £10 with manual. Nobody is going to pay that. What they did was they went through so many of their games and just raised the prices of all of them. Silent Hill was another example. Now, I don't have a physical copy of that. It was £95 for the standard non-platinum edition. They raised the price to £105 without manual and £125 with manual. No one's going to pay that. Nobody. They raised the price of the platinum version. I think it was £62. They raised it to, I think, 72 without manual, and I want to say 90 or 95. I can't remember off the top of my head with manual. Nobody's going to pay that. I don't know what is going on in their logic. All this is going to do is make people expect higher quality, better conditioned items. So when they get sent one of those old battered N64 games with a ripped box and they paid the boxed price for it, people are going to send them back still. Great examples. N64 was a great example because like games like GoldenEye jumped up to £30 with manual for like one of the most common N64 games. Mario Kart, Mario 64. I think they jumped up to £50 with manual. That's just absurd. Absurd. People are going to expect them to be in immaculate condition, and they're not going to be. They're going to be the same copies that are in the shops right now. So I think that logic is really poor, and if anything, it may even increase the amount of returns that CEX get. Because I thought an idea for this was that they're doing it so that they could try and sell those games without manuals and not have them sent back. But now they're not going to sell those ones because a lot of those have been raised in price without manual, and they've raised the ones with manuals in price even more, meaning people are going to expect even better conditioned items. They're not going to get them, they're going to send them back. So I feel like they've just made it perhaps even worse for themselves. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know what yours are down below. Let me know your thoughts on the Switch games I picked up. That is it for today's video. Oh my word, my words cannot come out today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Goodbye for now.